One, two, one, two. Oh, have salt. Music. Cool. Open the mobile dashboard. Hopefully that doesn't disappear on me. Um, just making sure. Don't forget a couple things. All right. There comes salt. Maybe actually go promote my stream. Let that ad go. It's going to start in about 4 minutes. Someday I'll get fancier with the countdown or whatever. Oh, that's stupid. To do that later. Oh. I hate it when the music stops without my permission. Oh, it didn't. It was just really, really quiet. I think that's going to be enough promotion. I'm going to get to the stream. Let's see if those ads are done with. Okay, it starts in 2 seconds. Be back. Cut up this butter in the meantime. Switch steams before it starts getting dirty. Ooh, butter straight out of the fridge, pretty hard. All right, owie, At 1 minute 22 seconds, I should fetch a beverage. I think I will have a beverage. I think I'll have an atomic. Why not? Wow, that's loud. 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, let me check the volume of this before people are back. That's fine. I think that's within parameters. Oh, geez, the cranberries. All the things I forget to get out. The actual cranberries. Might need those. Bonk. Hi. Hi, folks. Anybody there? Doesn't matter. You'll be here eventually. Taking a look. Learn how to make this tart. I have only made this once before. And I don't remember if it was a year ago or 2 years ago. But it was super yummy. I didn't make the crust myself that time. Because I was going to. But Aldi had these pre-made crusts that were, I think, pecan. Like, I'm going to be making a graham cracker crust, which is what the recipe I'm using calls for. But pecan sounded like a great thing with this cranberry curd tart. What's a curd? It's usually eggs, butter, extra egg yolks, and then some kind of fruit. My first actual time I ever had a curd was thanks to a member of the community, Chef Robinson, an automaton, who brought this awesome, like, brioche French toasty bread pudding to the Southeast meetup that we had, and he made a lemon curd to put on it, and it was just, like, amazing. And at some point I saw, it kept popping up in my feed a couple years ago, like, cranberry curd tart, and it was so good. So I got hooked on curd from that. And as a cranberry curd, now that sounds awesome. But it was locked behind a New York Times paywall. So whatever. But I did some research and I found a different cranberry curd recipe. And I ended up making my own tart, which was so good. So it's beautiful too. It's just so pretty. And I've never seen anyone else do it for a holiday, but I want it to be a regular part of my repertoire. But again, picky people in the house, no one else here will eat it. So I have a gathering tomorrow at my friend Lori's house. If you saw yesterday's video, you sort of met my friend Lori because she showed up to cut holly branches in my yard for her decorations and to get oranges, which I forgot to give her because she likes to do closed-studded oranges in her decorations and to send to her house. And I forgot to give her the oranges. But tomorrow we're gathering with a couple of people and making cookies at her house. And I can take the cranberry curd tart and feed people then. Today I'm drinking, I'm having a beer. It is Atomic Pumpkin. This is a seasonal beer. It comes out in the fall from New Belgium Brewing in Asheville. It's got like cinnamon and habanero in it. It's not super spicy. It's just a bit. Oh, it's like Rob's favorite beer right now. So, and we rush out and get all that we can. Actually, I believe we found some in Asheville for one of the Southeast meetups, and like we bought out the store almost of all of it they had because sometimes it's hard to find. So anyway, today I'm making this cranberry curd tart, and I did a few things ahead for time and noise. I'm gonna make the graham cracker crust from scratch, which I've never done in my life. This is my beautiful pie plate with the spiders that my eldest son Connor bought for me from a local potter when he went to the farmer's market there with me one time. I have a cup that matches it. That's like one of my favorite coffee cups. But it has a crack, and I have a concern, and I don't know what I can do about it. Tapping my pottery friends has not yielded any solutions. So oddly, oh weird, a friend of mine from decades ago showing up. I don't know what I was gonna say. Sorry, I get distracted. You're hearing from somebody you haven't heard from in decades, and they're like, oh, I know what I was going to say. So I pre-did these graham cracker crumbs. You can, of course, use like a rolling pin in a bag or whatever. I used the food processor. And it called for 10 sheets of graham cracker, which was obnoxious because the packets, the individual packets in the box, have 9. So now I have to make people eat graham crackers, I guess, is what's going to happen. So I know I need some sugar in this, just a little bit. 10 crushed graham crackers, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Just regular sugar. Oops, that was underfilled. I'm not putting more than 2 tablespoons. I have a teaspoon of the cinnamon. And yes, I'm filling this all the way because it's a whole teaspoon. Close enough. I'm not concerned with it actually being too cinnamony. Pinch of salt. It actually says kosher salt. Yay. That's pretty much the only thing I use, as I've mentioned. And did I bring a fork? I know I brought a fork out here just to mix it with a fork. And I'm going to try something. I do have to bake this crust ahead. Just something I rarely do, but not for this type of crust, but for a regular pie crust. I saw Alton Brown doing something different that struck me as a really good way, rather than using rocks or beans, which you kind of wouldn't want to do with a crumb crust. The instructions in this crumb crust say when you bake it to then, after it comes out, like press it down a little. I have another pie plate here. It's one of my engraved ones that I make for hoping they come back when I sell pies. And I'm going to put it on top to keep it from being weird and puffing up. So all this needs is butter now. Melted butter, of course. I'll tell you in a minute how many tablespoons it was. I don't remember. It wasn't a whole stick, which was a little annoying. I think it was 7. Yeah, 7 tablespoons. And there's 8 tablespoons in a stick. So I just took the other tablespoon and put it on the butter dish with, the part of the stick that's there. It's funny, I had these graham crackers in the cupboard forever. I buy them to make s'mores, and we didn't have many fires this year, and when we did, we didn't bother doing s'mores. I guess now that the kids are grown, it's not as important, right? Grown-ups should care about s'mores, but I think bodies just can't handle it anymore. Mine can't. Okay, now this here. It says to place tart pan on rim baking sheet, blah, blah, blah. No. Press crust into bottom and up sides of a 9-inch tart pan. I'm not using a tart pan. I'm using a pie pan. Not really that different. I have a tart pan, but I feel like it's way too shallow. At least last time I made this, it made full pie size. There was no way it was gonna fit the amount of filling I made. So just try to get this as even as I can. Pop, 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 pop. And this putting this pie plate on top is going to do a little of the work for me. Some of these crumbs didn't get saturated. I don't think that's a problem. Guess we'll find out later. But as I've said, some people don't believe me, I'm more a cook than a baker. And I don't care as much about pretty as some people. I delight in seeing stuff like Amy Frost, narrator of Aquilo podcast, makes these pies that are just so beautiful with like leaves and flowers and, designy stuff with the crust. And I don't think I'm ever going to be a baker who does that kind of thing. I can't even draw straight lines like with a T-square for the most part. I remember I took drafting class and I managed to have smudgy, messy technical drawings. But I care about the flavor a lot more. Okay, so hopefully this works. Oops. I'm sure I don't want any holy spots. What you doing, Fletch? Fletcher?
Oh, 1 sec. What did you say?
What you doing?
I'm putting away dishes.
Okay, I'm about to put this in the oven.
Alright.
Just so you know, don't panic.
Oh, don't get out of the way for that.
I'm going to press it a little. I think I can even smooth out the edges a little with it. Alright. Okay, I'm going to put this, it says in a tray on the oven. I'm not sure why exactly, but for 350 for 18 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. So hopefully Alexa's plugged in today, so the timer works. Oh. I'll just use the oven timer. Okay. Now that cooks, we'll get working on the curd, the delicious cranberry curd. What did you learn, Hando? What was the cool thing you learned? Being only here 5 minutes, that's awesome. Hey, I get it. Baking is, I think it seems scarier than cooking to a lot of people, but it's not that much. Okay. Peel of 1 orange. Do. These are all very fragrant oranges. This is another pretty cutting board I got from my friend Scott. Now this is all what's going to go in the curd. I don't know why I'm peeling it, because I need the juice too. I know I do. Yeah, which goes right in with it. So I think the thing to do, half a cup of orange juice, is to just go ahead and squeeze it, and then it'll be easier to cut up the peel. I almost got up my electric juice squeezer, but that seemed like a little much for only half a cup. I don't remember why I bought that thing. I think most things are very forgiving. I have found... Oh, the pie truck trick. Well, hopefully it works. Like I said, it's an experiment, because Alton did it with regular pie crust, but if this works, that's going to be great, and I'll absolutely use it if I do blind bake any regular crust. I don't usually blind bake crust because I don't like those mushy, jello-y, creamy pies that need that. Yeah, this might not have been the best way. It's not going to hurt anything, but I'm going to get most of this flesh out. I'm going to end up straining it later, so I'm not too concerned. It's not like the pulp is going to hurt it, it's just more orange. Now, I'm going to need to squeeze more orange than that for the amount of juice I need. Hopefully the 3 oranges I have here is enough. If it's not, no big deal. I don't have to worry about blind baking quiche crust because I always make crustless quiche. Some point I will. I have a good quiche crust recipe in the family cookbook that was apparently my mother's. It's got like some herbs in it, I think. I can't usually be bothered. I guess it's technically a frittata if you don't put a crust, but I like to do them in muffin tins, as you've probably sampled. Probably both of you. And then I have individual little grab and heat and eat breakfast. Oh, really? I'm surprised the lighting's good. It's just my dining room overhead light. I find it has a bunch of shadows. I just got squirted. I'll stop. It's not that kind of stream. I think I'm at a half cup. No, not quite. Yeah, oh, so close. That's okay. I'm surprised I can handle this. Yep, half a cup. Awesome. This juicer right now, I had a lot of pain today. I went and I did some errands, and like first my hip was bothering me, and I was walking around. I was like, okay, I'm loosened up. I just need to do more moving, and then it moved, and my back was killing me. And then I rested and I stretched my back, and then my ankle started to bother me. I was like, good God. Yeah, I'm big on wood. Um, and I don't know if you can see the like kind of dark sagey green the walls are. I was fortunate enough to, well, not fortunate, the house flooded. But it made it so that those walls all got repainted without me having to do it. But I did get to choose the color because I knew the contractor. I didn't have to just deal with white and figure it out later. Okay, I'm going to make sure this takes a whole bag of cranberries because it's stupid if it doesn't, but 12 ounces. Yep. Thank goodness, because I've got, a partial thing of stupid graham crackers to deal with and a partial stick of butter. And... oh well, okay. Orange peel, cranberries, sugar, orange juice. What sugar? Quarter cup. Did I bring quarter cup measure out? Of course I didn't. I don't want to misremember the amount of tablespoons. And my quarter cup measure is dirty, but I have a handy dandy chart. 4 tablespoons in a quarter cup. I could have asked Alexa, but I updated to Alexa Plus today and it's being cranky. And confusing. I used it to set an alarm earlier because I ended up taking a narcotic pain pill, a tramadol that I had left over from some surgery to get rid of the pain so I could complete this tonight. And I took a nap, and normally I'll say, like, set an alarm for an hour, and then it usually says, okay, alarm set. It didn't say anything. So I had to ask it if it set the freaking alarm. So yeah, thanks for the upgrade to Plus there. Okay, sugar. Cook over medium heat, 8 to 10 minutes. Basically till they're all popped. Pop, pop, pop. Popping cranberries. Ooh. I can't believe how good this is. Oh, so I did something else today. Culinarily. Because, again, I was watching the new Alton Brown show. Can't help myself. You're a curmudgeonly bugger. He was talking about a recipe he had for a shrub, a cranberry orange shrub, on his website. And I was like, duh, because I had made a cranberry orange relish for Thanksgiving that was just cranberry and orange and sugar, which, if you don't know what a shrub is, I guess I can explain. Hello, Chef Me Kongs. Mini Kongs? Mini Konga. Sorry, it's really far away from my face here. Where you in from, and how'd you find the stream? So shrubs are something I got really into. If you listen to my Tipple Theory show, it's a drinky thing for making drinks, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic, where you macerate fruits and herbs and stuff with sugar, and then mix it with vinegar, and it's just a wonderful magical thing. Oh, cool. Well, I have recommendations if you're just scrolling the foodie category. There's a lot of great food and drink streamers here. Some I'm more familiar with are in the Food and Drink Club, like Kanara, who helped start the Food and Drink Club along with Chef John Lee Young, he's doing a factual foodie contest. And yeah, Hando and everybody. And that the Factual Foodie Contest starts on January 11th. I will be co-streaming. I'm not sure if I'll be competing on the first day, but it's like from then it's every Sunday until all the eliminations are done. It could go as far as into February, depending how long I last. But we'll be doing this fun head-to-head answering trivia questions and cooking competition. I sip my beer. It is dope. I am so excited I got invited to do that. I really recently started this food stream. I've wanted to do it for years and years and years, and I had a kind benefactor mail me a laptop to finally get this thing going. Okay. I know I have to whisk my egg yolks. So I gotta look at something here. Immersion blender. Whisk. Okay, all the custard's gonna be made in there. I know there's something about a big mixing bowl with a spout because I got out my really cool one. See my really cool one? Yeah. My cooking streams, I tend to just go. I try to keep them around an hour. I have had some go longer. I'm not a. I think most food and drink streamers tend to go all day long or 4 and 5 hours, and I don't have that kind of time either, or stamina. But yeah, it can take some prep. Yeah, large liquid measuring cup. Okay, that's later when I strain. So for now, I'm just gonna whisk these eggs. So the eggs in this, it's 2 whole eggs plus 2 yolks. I did go ahead and do that ahead of time. Oh, that's loud. I'm gonna mute so you don't have to put that whisk noise being so loud. There. I can hear the cranberries. Can you hear them squeaking? At least they'll squeak before they pop. But poor babies. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. I got this at TJ Maxx a couple of years ago. I just absolutely could not resist. It doesn't have any markings in it, so it's not the most practical of things. But for this, it's going to be perfect to just be able to pour the curd into the crust without making a big mess. But yeah, most of my stuff is spooky themed. Vampire spoon. Is this my bat tongs? Yes, bat tongs. I just can't help myself. I'm not going to be able to taste this on stream because it's got to cool for like at least 4 hours. But I will in the Discord go ahead and post pictures and the recipe as usual. Actually, that reminds me right now. I'll put the Discord in chat so that our new friend can join if you like. And I will go to the Discord while this is cooking and post the recipe for the ginger snaps I made yesterday. Because I neglected to add that recipe. It's a very messy recipe because I just took a photograph of the cookbook page. I did cut out the part that has the molasses. I splorped all over it yesterday when I was cooking. I can't believe the whisk is that noisy. I guess it was because it was against metal. But I tested the immersion blender to make sure it was going to blast you guys earlier. And it's like nowhere near as loud as that whisking eggs was. Oh, so yeah, I separated the eggs ahead. I don't know about you, but I don't use the shells. You know, people crack an egg and then they use the shells to separate, which is fine because the shell cuts the white off pretty neatly. But all that back and forth, especially if you have any cracks in your shell from cracking it, it's risking getting the shells in. I used a slotted spoon one day. That occurred to me. I was like, oh, this will work. It did. But for the most part, I just use my hands. And I wanted to be able to do that and then wash my hands before starting the stream. Because if you just crack an egg and put it in your hand, that egg will fall, or the white will fall right through, and you get the cleanest yolk with no white left. Your hand's the best tool for that, in my opinion. You know what, that's another thing I actually saw. I got my Julia Child validation from, along with my cooking my turkey upside down. Because I was watching her and Jacques one day on Twitch, and she did the same thing, just used her hand to separate the egg. It's efficient. Okay, those are cooking along. Not popped yet, really close. So after most of them have burst and they're super soft, I'm going to take the orange peel out and use the immersion blender. Ooh, they're boiling like really high. Now I'm going to turn that down a little. The burner takes a little while to get up to temp, but then it holds it really well. So I don't want those to boil so hard that the sugar candies. We're going to temper the eggs like we did when I made the chocolate pecan pie. But we're going to use the cranberry mixture after it's blended to temper the eggs so that they don't scramble when we put them in, and then the eggs will go back in to the pot with cranberry stuff. And then butter and vanilla and cook it until it's thick. And then we'll strain it. This is not as hard as you might assume up front. I can't tell you how beautiful it is. This is a recipe that I took to the bar and shared with some of my friends. And my friend Jamie's a paramedic, and she was just like, why don't you have a restaurant? Just why? Which is a pretty good compliment to get. Okay, time to check the crust. Turn that down. We'll see if this experiment worked. Hand up. It's brown. Son of a bop. It's not really as cooked on the bottom, as browned up as I want it. I think the pie plate prevented that from happening. But I did it for 18 out of the 20 minutes it might need. I'm going to give it another like 2 minutes. I took that second pie plate off, and I'm going to leave it there a couple more minutes to continue to brown the graham crackers. So that it didn't work as perfectly as I wanted to for this type of crust, but not a complete fail. Okay, I'm going to stand up so I can get a better look at these. I'm going to say very soft, mostly popped. So let's pull out my bat tongs. Pull out the orange peel. Man, it smells good. Yeah, so I don't know if I finished saying I used apple cider vinegar to make the cranberry orange shrub for making drinks with my leftover cranberry orange relish. Okay, immersion blender incoming. It's thicker. I don't want to screw the blender. We're gonna have to make this work. Sorry, it's too loud. You see how thick that is? Can you see? I'll do it over here. Cranberries have a lot of pectin naturally, so it's really great for a curd. You don't have to add anything like pectin to get it solidify later. The crust is going off, so that's good timing. Oh, I need a second pot holder. Oh, 2 vibes. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Let's put this here so you can all see it. While I grab a rack so I don't burn my table up. Take a few things in the other room. Yeah, smelling good in here. Okay, let's put our crust aside to cool. Beautiful. Okay, now let's look at our directions again so I don't dick around with the order of operations. Blend until smooth. You know what? Smooth is relative. I don't feel like getting out of blender. I feel like I'm going to get plenty of yield from this. Eggs. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little bit into the eggs at a time. It's like we did with our chocolate pecan pie. And hot stuff to eggs. Little at a time. Temper the eggs. This is one of the things people get really scared of with baking. But I actually think I started doing it because I make that chocolate pecan. Pardon me. I'm going to blame the tramadol. The chocolate pecan pie was like so slow going, adding stuff so slowly. See, it's thickening, but it's not curdling the egg. staying smooth, that I decided to give a go to tempering it so I could make it faster, and it changed the way I make it forever. All right, so that is thick, not cooked. I think I'm going to put one more ladle of this in to be sure before adding it back. I'm going to turn the burner down a little because the next part is over medium-low. And here we go, we're getting toward curding. So, to this mixture, I'm adding a whole stick of butter, 8 tablespoons that I've already cut up into tablespoons. And a teaspoon of vanilla. I went and got some not as crappy vanilla, this Nielsen Massey pure vanilla. I first started getting this because I found it at TJ Maxx and I really liked it. But with our budget problems recently, I was making do with whatever I could afford day to day for a while. But this is pretty okay. Fletcher found a paste he really likes that we were using for a while that he bought. Okay, medium low, 8 to 10 minutes. Until it's thickened. I'm going to need my strainer. I'm supposed to stir this constantly, but I don't think it's going to be as picky as the recipe says. So I'll grab my strainer. Not going to ruin anything. Let's see if Alexa will help me. Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
8-minute timer started.
She did it in the new voice, and she even told me she did it this time. So this a little bit duller color you're seeing doesn't hold when it is all done and strained and sets up in the fridge. It does get to and stay at a nice, beautiful, bright cranberry green. Put my dirty stuff in one place. All good, folks. Yeah, this is such a beautiful cutting board. Scott gave me this, but I use the much bigger one, obviously, for most streams. Kind of covers this whole surface area, but for today, when all I needed to cut up was a stick of butter, that worked out perfectly. I need this in my face right now. Not quite yet. So what do you guys think? You want to make this? Stir constantly. I'm being a bad example. I'm going to grab a whisk to stir this constantly. Or a spatula. Sorry, I don't feel like the whisk is the best tool for that. Hey, I have a different nerd brand. What do you think? My lightsaber whisk or or spatula? Wow. Tramadol, yo. You can thank that I don't tolerate pain meds all that well to having them left when I needed them today. So this is setting it nicely. It's beautiful. It smells good in here. The shrub I just mixed up today. It needs another like 2 or 3 days at least sitting with the vinegar. I'll shake it every day before I'm ready to make it into drinks. So unfortunately I won't be able to take that to cookie day tomorrow. But I'll get some bubbly and enjoy it maybe Monday night or something. I know that sounds random, but it's Rob and I's legal anniversary. Our 26th anniversary is on the 21st on the solstice. And I recognize that, but he seems to always remember and remind me of the day we went to City Hall. I feel like it's lumpy. Like the curd part itself, but hopefully it's just the stuff that'll strain out. Thank you. And what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something to you, Natalie, about the cooking thing. I think it was a suggestion you gave me in the Discord. And I'm so glad you made the butternut soup recipe and your mom approved. Oh, I know what it was. So one thing besides this cranberry tart that I'm taking to Lori's for cookie making, I wanted her to not worry about feeding everyone because she kind of does that if you don't step in and tell her, I got this. And I decided to go ahead and make meatballs with the cranberry jelly stuff that I don't eat that I was given on your suggestion, a combination of your suggestion and there's this guy I see on TikTok, I don't remember, Drew something. He's in horror movies and stuff, but he cooks and he's got a really cute, like, the way he edits together, his throwing his recipes together, I love. He's got this big white beard and he's always like seeing the comments and he's bling and he winks at you. And he did a recipe with meatballs, his father's balls or something. And he used cranberry sauce and chili sauce. Now my go-to recipe for those is grape jelly and cocktail sauce. So I thought on your suggestion I would try to use the cranberry sauce and I was going to use cocktail sauce. And I imagine that would be good, but I went ahead and I got chili sauce. I've never used that chili sauce on a bottle for anything in my whole life. And stuff this guy makes looks good. And I know a lot of people use chili sauce in whatever meatball recipe they're doing. So tomorrow morning I'm going to throw that ish in a crock pot and take that to cookie day along with this beautiful tart. Pie carriers. So a lot of my pie carriers have disappeared over the years along with my pie plates from selling pies. And Aldi never gets back the ones I love that have the handle, they clip shut and have a handle on the top. And they were like $3.99, like super cheap or something. And they never had them back. And they have bowls like that too and the lids interchange. But today at Walmart I found these. And they were like $6 with the sides clipped down. It's got insert so you could do cupcakes or pies in it. And I grabbed a couple of these. And that makes me happy because I've been down to one pie carrier, which is not sufficient. Because I usually have a pie for my family and sell at least one. And when I deliver pies to people, I don't like to just take it, like I'm meeting them somewhere. Just taking it and with foil on the top. I'm much more worried I'm going to drop it or something. I don't leave my carriers with people generally, but I still want to be able to travel with pies more securely. That was my little splurge today. Or investment, right? It's an investment. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Stop stirring this for a minute, make sure it's still cooking. Because you are developing the pectin, even though you don't add pectin. Doing some chemistry here. Hey, it's game night with all the Diamond Club nerds. I may or may not do that after this. If I do, I'll raid in. And maybe we can all play some Jackbox games with us. Leanne will be doing that for several hours. Alexa, stop. Okay. Set 8 to 10 minutes. I don't feel comfortable it was cooking quite enough, so I'm going to get another 2. Go turn on water and I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, okay. I mean, it is hot already.
No, I'm so that I know how much noise it's making in the background.
I'm sorry. Oh, so you know.
I guess it's fine. Just go ahead.
Okay, I spaced out.
That's an acceptable level of noise, right, folks? I mean, home cooking. There's other people in your home. I feel like this is cooked enough. It's going to set up fine. So let's turn it off and start to strain it. This is going to be a fine enough mesh sieve for this, in my opinion. When I strained the relish sugar maceration bit for my shrub, I used cheesecloth and this strainer. But, I mean, I'm mixing that in the vinegar and just drinking it in club soda or seltzer or wine. So I wanted that much more carefully strained than I'm worried about with this. This is plenty to get, bits of skin that didn't disintegrate and stuff out. Here we go. Glorp. It's glorpy. Maybe I should have used a smaller strainer, but it's fine. That's why we have a spatula. So I'll be able to get it all off the bowl before pouring it. So I'll take the opportunity while I'm stirring to make sure I added everything. Butter, vanilla, cook till thickened, stirring, strain through sieve into large liquid measuring cup. Discard solids in the compost. Pour custard in a prepared tart crust and smooth top with spatula. Transfer to oven. What? It's gonna be baked. Fletcher? I don't know why I thought it was just cooling this after. Can you turn the oven on?
What did you say?
Turn the oven on, please.
Sure. What?
350.
What temperature?
350.
Okay.
You do have to bake it again. I mean, it's a good thing I checked. So this isn't like your pudding pie. It's only for 10 minutes, though. 10 minutes, and that sets the curd. Okay. And it'll be just jiggly. I'll shake it, and the top will jiggle. But not slosh. And then let cool at room temperature for an hour, and then put it in the fridge for at least 4 hours and up to 3 days. No, 3 days is not lasting 3 days. I'm going to end up using foil once it's all set because I don't even have plastic wrap in the house. Is that weird? I think that is maybe weird. I like just don't use it almost ever. I get it and it lasts me a really, really long time when I do have it. I had to get all the solids off here before I mistakenly put them into this bowl. Measuring cup, whatever you want to call it. It's a messy process here. Absolutely worth it. I don't know why my son decided to do the dishes now. I have a small suspicion that he figures he might get away with not washing all of these ones. Okay. Let's bring this beautiful crust back over here. In my favorite pie dish. So I don't know, like I said, I'm not, I'm not culinarily trained, technically. What the technical difference between a tart and a pie is. Other tarts tend to be just very shallow and flat. It's the only thing really I can think of. It's going to be little, half-inch tall slices instead of thick like a pie. And with such a strong flavor like the cranberry, it probably makes sense. I didn't look around. I bet lemon curd pies exist too. Look how pretty. All right. Yeah, and I will get y'all pictures in the Discord. I'll take one now. Well, after I take it out of the oven, I guess. When it's all set. But when I cut it tomorrow, I'll try to remember while we're making cookies and doing all that chaos to take a picture of a slice so you can see. Okay. This is so good. This is going to be a hit. I bet. With Lori and the ladies, because the rhubarb crisp we're all kind of, for all of us, we're making cookies tomorrow, and that I have taken baked goods there. I think we all tend toward liking things that are a bit tart instead of just sickeningly sweet, and this fits that bill. I might put less vanilla. I can really taste the vanilla, and it's just, I don't know how to describe the effect that has on the flavor. Open the oven for me, please.
Yes.
And that's only like 10 minutes I need, so I'll be back in 10. He doesn't like me right next to him while he's cooking. It's almost like it warms it up, right? It balances the flavor of the super tart of cranberry. The orange doesn't taste orangey, but I mean it's a compliment, and you need something acidic in there. to keep it bright enough, but the vanilla tones it down just this tiny bit, so you're still getting dessert instead of just feeling like you're chawing on cranberries. Maybe he thought he was going to get away with it. I'm taking all these dirty dishes to my side. All right. And we're almost like cleaned up, really. I've got... Why do I have this here? Oh, this is from the ginger snaps last night. I didn't apparently clean that up. Oops. And I dropped that. Oh no, I have a burn on my Jack and Sally pot holder. You know, with the cinnamon in the crust and stuff, I bet this beer would be really good with that cranberry tart. I might take one of these beers over to Lori's tomorrow. So, yeah, this is being added to my... It's only the second time I've made it, so I feel pretty good. Doesn't look like it failed. Recommendations are serving with whipped cream or garnished with orange peel, sugared cranberries, and or rosemary sprigs. So there's a bunch of recipes online. This is the one I used this time. I really think I used a different one last time, but the thing that drew my eye to this one was the rosemary. Because, Fletcher, here.
Watch that. Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't need it right now or anything. I am a rosemary fiend. I love rosemary. And I'm not going to put it on this pie. It would be very, very pretty. But there's not any rosemary in the pie, so it doesn't follow my garnish rules. I might be tempted if I were to use a different crust. Like a slightly sweetened pie crust instead of a crumb crust. To add a little bit of rosemary to it to go with this pie. Like... Just a regular pie dough, but put like some orange zest and really finely ground rosemary in it. I could be crazy. Maybe I'll try it next year, and maybe I'll be the only one who eats it, but that's fine. Well, it's not fine. I don't want to waste food, but I mean, sure it'll be edible, even if it's not great. I'd be curious if you want to, pop in the Discord and let me know what your regular go-tos are. We've been going through a lot of mine with the chocolate pecan pie and ginger snaps, and now this, which I want to make more often for the holidays. I always make my cranberry orange relish, and now I'm glad I canned it in the past. It didn't turn out great. I could freeze it, but I'm not realistically going to keep pulling it out the rest of the year, so I haven't. But now, I can't believe it didn't occur to me when I went on this tear making shrubs for Tipple Theory, that I can just, every year, make make shrubs with the rest of my cranberry orange relish. Very often I make macaroons, not macarons. I'm not that level baker. But the Barefoot Contessa has a really good, easy macaroon recipe online. It's like sweetened condensed milk, sweetened coconut, and egg whites. That's pretty much it. You beat up your egg whites, you fold them into the coconut and sweetened condensed milk, and you bake them, and they are so delicious. And you can drizzle them with chocolate or something if you want. I often make those at the holidays because Rob he loves coconut. It's like one of his favorite things. So, I'm really thirsty after all that bacon. 4, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm blaming the tramadol, and I took it at like 3:30 in the afternoon. So that's not why my brain isn't working. But I don't have any pain anymore, so that's good. What else? Oh, yeah, the pumpkin. The pumpkin stuff that I'm good. That's something I've made, I think, 3 years in a row now. I don't remember when Ray introduced me to that recipe, but I've been doing that ever since. Seasonal recipes. I guess my butternut squash soup but that's a fairly long season here where I can get butternut squash. I was really happy I could share the acorn squash toad in the holes with you guys because there has been very little acorn squash around this year. I keep meaning to Google it, like if something happened to that crop this year. That's another. I was watching Alton Brown, and he was talking about having trouble finding acorn squash. So I know it's just not just me, but it might be just the southeast because he's in Georgia. What else? Yep. So I don't know what I'm doing next. I did a lot of streams this week, right? I did, well, 2 ginger snap streams by mistake, but it should have been 1. And I did this, and I did, whatever else I did. I'd like to always do 3 a week. Oh, pardon that noise. Fletcher dropping stuff. But I don't know if I'm always going to be up to quite that. And with the holidays coming, I feel like I've been doing more than less, maybe because, I'm cooking some special stuff that I want to share with you guys. Eventually, I'm not going to probably ever have a regular schedule, so, if you came and you liked this today, do follow and maybe leave your notifications on, just so you'll know when I'm live. My health is not reliable enough to commit to exact days and times for this adventure. Other than I am committed to these Sunday nights for the factual foodie contest, and just hopefully nothing goes too bad. And they're in the afternoon, so I've got all day to get my shit together and medicate and whatever I need to do to try to make it go. And then it's only a couple of hours before I can sit down and have a break between that and Sunday night's stream with Cyrenex and Theo. And there's 3 hosts on that stream, and it's there's 3 of us, so if one of us bails, we don't have to cancel everything, so they understand when I can't make it. It's good to have support. Yeah, the ginger snaps, I'm real sorry about that. I appreciate any, checking it out in views wherever you watch it. I did put the recipe in the Discord, but I really have a brain fog problem. I forgot to pick up some sourdough bread I had ordered and paid for, and I was sitting here feeling really productive, making my ginger snaps, got the dough done, and my friend Lori stopped by, and in talking to her about our plans Saturday, I remembered I had forgotten to pick up the bread, and I had to stop the stream and go pick up this bread and come back and finish it. So it's in 2 parts, but so neither of them are very long. Actually, I'm gonna grab one of those, show you, and I got 1 minute on this pie. Where are the ginger snaps? Here they are. Oh. So I think because they were left between mixing the dough and cooking them, and I made them a little too big, they aren't as crunchy as I want. They don't have the snap. But if you stick to 1-inch balls and bake them right away, they will be snappy. But they do have a nice crispy, or crinkly texture going on, and the sparkly sugar. I hear you, Cranberry Tart. Oh, what do you guys see? Look how pretty. I hope this doesn't burn this cutting board. Let's do a trivet under here. Make sure I don't burn my beautiful wooden cutting board. Let's try not to drop the pie. Here we go. See, when it baked at 10 minutes, it's set. It, like, tiniest bit of jiggle if you give it a really good shake. It's not flooping or swooshing. And it's the red deepened back up. It's beautiful deep red. I crumbled. I got some crumbs on there. I don't want them. I'm gonna make it look stupid while I try to fix it, right? There. Don't advise doing this. It's hot. I'm just trying to fix it for, picture taking. But yeah. Hopefully my phone catches a better color take on it. Of course. It's so hard to get pictures without, like, shadow. But I bought a ring light, or a light for doing that, and I didn't like it either. It's so pretty. Oh, it smells really good. You can actually smell the graham cracker. And a little bit of cinnamon that's in that crust. But it's just a little bit. It's not going to be enough to interfere with the cranberry being the star of this dish. Oh, I'm so excited to share this with my friends tomorrow. And thank you for being here and watching me today. It means a lot, and it gets me through. I'm proud of myself for accomplishing this when I didn't feel good today, and pulled it out. And even I would have felt really bad if I didn't make the pie for my friends tomorrow. Also because I wouldn't get any, but I almost made it off stream. I was like, no, it's okay. Y'all get it. Life be lifing. Exactly, Nat. These should go together. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll put a ginger snap on it. It doesn't have any ginger in it. It's got cinnamon in the cookies and the tart. Like, I feel like it would be really pretty to put a ginger snap in the middle. Well, anyway. So, thanks for your support. Thanks for being here. And let me know if you try this. I will post the recipe along with the photos in Discord as always. I will upload to YouTube in case you want to reference it sometime in the future. And yeah, love it. Happy holidays. I imagine I'll be on before then, but in the meantime, I look forward to cooking with you soon.